Welcome back to another edition of Grizzlies Daily. I'm your host Malik, and the 2025 season is officially concluded. I want to start this off as much as I didn't want to say it. I want to start this episode off by saying congratulations to the Oklahoma City Thunder for winning the championship. Very good team, well deserving of it. So shout out to them. Very good team. They played their hearts out. And lots of prayers sent to Tyrese Halliburton. Shams actually confirmed literally minutes ago that Halliburton just it's confirmed that he tore his Achilles. So really a lot of prayers sent to Tyrese Halliburton. Easily one of the most heartbreaking things I've ever watched live when it comes to sports. So just want to go ahead and get those things out the way. But the real thing that I want to talk about here is Kevin Durant. We talked about debunking the rumors that he was coming to Memphis, and we talked about the possibility of him being in the same division as Memphis. Well, all of that is confirmed as he has been traded to the Houston Rockets. I believe the Rockets gave up Jalen Green, Dylan Brooks, and 5 second-round picks, I want to say, all for Kevin Durant. We found that out Sunday. So Kevin Durant is officially going to be in the Southwest Division, and I don't really know what to say about it. Fit wise, I'm very skeptical. I can't lie, I'm very skeptical of it. I don't see how that team really works per se, but I could be wrong. I've seen crazier things, but it seems like a growing trend that Kevin Durant is on a team that never really fits him, other than Golden State and OKC. He never plays for a team that truly we can say that's a great fit for him. So I'm very skeptical of it. I'll be honest. I am a little worried about Houston, but not completely. I just gotta be honest. I'm not completely worried about Houston. I don't know why. They just don't scare me compared to other teams. So I have no real opinions about the trade. I gotta be honest. I think Houston gave up. I think Houston gave up way too much for that trade. 5 second-round picks for a 37-year-old, and it's kind of crazy. And not to mention, you didn't have to give up Dylan Brooks, but you did. And I'll be honest, as soon as I saw the tweet, the first thing I did was say how they traded the heart and soul of the team, because a lot of people like to talk about how the Grizzlies traded Dylan Brooks and they have changed since then. Well, now it's time to see if the Rockets change. And if the Rockets get worse now that Dylan Brooks isn't on the team, then I take back everything I said. Simple as that. But overall, I gotta be honest. I'm not. I think the Grizzlies still make a fair shot against the Rockets. I gotta be honest. Like I said, I'm not. I don't know what it is. I'm just not worried about it right now. But one thing about it that surprised me is the fact that it happened before the draft. It is June 23rd. The draft is in 2 days. The fact that this happened before the draft changes things. And I'm going to tell you why exactly it changes things. Because since the draft is coming up, obviously Grizzlies have the 16th overall pick from the Magic. No, no real rumors when it comes to that. So the Grizzlies might keep it. Who knows? But I want to talk about that next year pick, the Phoenix Suns pick. If you don't know, in that Magic trade, the Grizzlies traded for the 2026 first round pick from the Phoenix Suns. Now, with the Kevin Durant trade and the fact that Phoenix no longer has Kevin Durant, they still have Bradley Beal and potentially Devin Booker. No real telling if he's going to be on the team at the start of next year. You have Jalen Green and Dylan Brooks and a bunch of guys that haven't really proven anything. So that pick is, we already knew it was very valuable, but it is officially one of the most valuable picks out there, if not the most valuable pick right now. It's that crazy. So I'll be honest. If I'm the Grizzlies, I am I'm using a lot of leverage with that pick. Like, they need to, if a team asks for that pick, I feel like the Grizzlies should go out on a limb and ask for whatever best is available, because that pick is very valuable. Like that, every team in the league is gonna want that pick. Um, Phoenix isn't expected to do good. This pick, to me personally, is guaranteed to be a top fit. It's guaranteed to be a lottery pick. Then you have to add in the fact that Phoenix is dealing with a whole new coach, so a whole new system, different players. I like the Grizzlies' chances with it. Now, I will say this: I've seen the possibility from some people that the Grizzlies could use it in a way to get a superstar like a Devin Booker, which honestly would be very ironic if Phoenix called Memphis to try to get the pick back and the Grizzlies asked for Devin Booker and it actually happens. Now, if the Grizzlies somehow got Devin Booker, that increases the championship odds, but I still do think there are some holes in the team that needs to be fixed. Like, get Devin Booker, great score. Honestly, a huge upgrade for Desmond Bane if the Grizzlies were to somehow get him. But let's be honest, the chances of it happening pretty slim. Haven't really seen any real rumors, any real talks about it. So we're just gonna put that on the back burner for now. But just something ironic if it was to happen. But something that I wanted to talk about that happened over the weekend that really kind of gave a lot of Grizzlies fans some reassurance, including me, because if you don't know, KCP, Kentavious Caldwell Pope, went on a podcast. I can't remember exactly whose podcast it is, but he went on a podcast and basically he talked about how he wanted to bring a championship to the city of Memphis, and basically said how he is essentially bringing whatever he can. I have the quote right here, actually. I'm sorry. So he says, quote, "I'm trying to get them a championship. I don't want to spill too much of what the organization's trying to do." That is probably some of the best. That's probably some of the best things you could hear for a veteran. Like, let's just be honest. That's one of the best things you can hear from a veteran that you bring to the team, especially a veteran that's a two-time champion. It gives us hope. It gives us a lot of hope into what the future holds as far as this all season, and honestly going into next year. Because Kentavious Caldwell Pope, whether you may like his game or not, he is a veteran that has championship experience, has played with some of the best players, and he brings a lot to the table. He truly does, and you can tell KCP, his mentality, he's not a quitter. He's somebody that's gonna get on people for for slacking around, not doing what they need to do because KCP wants to win. I saw the determination in him, and that's exactly what I mean in a veteran. I mean, for example, you use a guy like T.J. McConnell, um, third quarter in Game 7, Pascal Siakam not really getting many touches. T.J. McConnell just takes over the game. Literally just takes over the game. Unfortunately, it didn't really work for him, but it just takes over the game. Just a veteran that steps up when everyone else can't. Bring the energy to the team on the court. That's what the Grizzlies need, and I think Kentavious Caldwell Pope brings that. That's exactly what's needed, and it gives me hope for the future. And plus, it gives me, and hopefully, it makes the Grizzlies understand that the more vets, the better. The more veterans, the better. Because it puts a fire under everybody. It helps everybody understand that, hey, it takes a lot to win a championship. It doesn't come easy. And having Kentavious Caldwell Pope will let them know it doesn't come easy. Like I said, this is a guy that won a championship with the likes of LeBron, Anthony Davis, Nikola Jokic, Jamal Murray, just to name a few. So I like where it stands right now, but it's definitely gonna get better, and I can't wait to see what the Grizzlies do in the future. But switching gears, something that I saw that was very interesting on Twitter. This tweet is from, I'm going to pull it up right here. This tweet is from John Moyer on Twitter. He's an NBA insider. He says NBA Commissioner Adam Silver is set to officially announce league expansion to Las Vegas and Seattle following the conclusion of the NBA Finals. Obviously, we have, obviously the season is over, so there's a possibility that this could be addressed. We know there have been talks over the course of years of the league expanding, so we will really get into. Hopefully, we get something as far as that. But the reason I bring it up is because if the league expands, there's a possibility that the Grizzlies could be moved to the Eastern Conference, which is something that we've all advocated for because it does not make sense for the Grizzlies to be in the Western Conference. I mean, you look on the map, Tennessee's all the way over here to the right, and the West is obviously all the way to the left. So Grizzlies being in the Eastern Conference means a lot because, let's just be honest, the Eastern Conference is a weaker conference than the West. That's always been the case, and that's the case now, especially with injuries from guys like Jason Tatum, Tyrese Halliburton, just to name a few. A lot of these guys are hurt, so a lot of these teams are going to be weaker than what they usually are. So it gives the Grizzlies a chance to really scope out the scene and have a better chance at making a push in the postseason. Not saying that they couldn't in the West, but they have a better chance in the East. It's just that simple. They have a better chance in the East, and plus, it works better for the players, travel and energy wise, and overall, it gives them a better chance when it comes to going against other teams. I mean, majority of your schedule is playing Eastern Conference teams. The Grizzlies are known for being very good against Eastern Conference teams. It's just the Western Conference where most of their struggles are. So, no real confirmation on any of this, but this is something that as we go day by day, we should hopefully find out more. But I will say, if the league decides to expand more, this is something that I think will absolutely benefit not only the Grizzlies but the city of Memphis as well. So definitely something to pay attention to. I'm gonna be all eyes on it, so y'all know I got y'all and I'm gonna bring it to y'all. But for right now, that is a wrap on this edition of Grizzlies Daily. Once again, the season is officially over. The draft is in 2 days, so these next few days we're gonna be hearing a lot about the draft as far as draft workouts and what the Grizzlies plan to do with this 16th overall pick. If you want my personal opinion, I truly do think the Grizzlies will find a way to trade that pick. I think they find a way to trade that pick, or they pick somebody and maybe trade them away, depending on the prospect. But I definitely think the Grizzlies will try to move that pick in some fashion. So I would say just be on alert because we're gonna probably hear something. But like I said, that's all I got for today. Once again, congratulations to Oklahoma City Thunder. Prayers up for Tyrese Halliburton. The all season is in full swing, and the Southwest Division is going to be a division that we are going to be watching out for next year. If you like this video, make sure to like, subscribe, turn on post notifications. Make sure to leave the comments. I'll read them. As for this edition of Grizzlies Daily, I'm your host Malik, and I will see y'all in the next video.